On Sunday, I mentioned how hard it would be running on the ice and snow doing hill repeats. Well, it snowed last night, so there's a little thin layer of white powder on top of the road. Man, you gotta be careful in this stuff. I'm gonna show you how to do that. It's time. Let's do this. 30 seconds up, fast as I can. 1.5 minute rest. Repeat 3 times. It's the first time I've done one of these in like 2 years.
At the very beginning, there's a lot of things going through my head. Like, Dave, you cannot fall. Dave, take it easy. Dave, you don't want to get injured. Dave, be smart and do the right thing.
I think I'll take you guys up with me on my first go.
I've got this.
Okay, here we go.
Every time I start doing a different type of run, I am a little bit nervous at the very beginning. But as the weeks progress, I know things are going to get easier.
It's a little slippery. Not too bad though. Yeah, I run in the tracks. Oh boy. Okay. Right here. That was better. Hill repeats are hard. The big thing when running in the snow and on the ice, I have found, I don't know if any of you guys have found this, but when you are basically slowing down to walk, this tends to happen. Right? You land and then you skid, right? Because that's just ice under here, right? This is pure ice. Ice. So you have to be careful after a snowfall that watch where you're running, right? So where I did a lot of my runs was on the side, right? So we've got some buildup of rock, right? Sand, right? There's a little bit of ice on the side. But if you stay in the tracks of where the cars are, I find it works out really well because you do have some grip and you don't really slip. It's just when you get into that open section where, no cars have really come down, it freezes, and then there's a sheet of this light snow that layers it, and then basically you really got to watch out when you land. Now I'm running in my Ultra Timp, great trail shoes, and they are amazing actually at running on the snow and the ice. However, you got to pay attention to where you land. One of the things that you can add is maybe like a slip guard, right? Maybe put, I don't know what inch screws, but you can put screws into your shoes that kind of protrude from the sole and on the tread. So when you're running, at least you've got some grip. The only problem I find with that is if you're running in an area like this, and then all of a sudden you're out into like an area where it's all plowed and there's just like pavement, then it becomes a real problem. Oh, it's really bright. Then it becomes a real problem because then you're running like metal on asphalt, and that's a challenge. So there's different products out there that you can get. Some that you slip on that's got like little spikes on them. Again, you can put screws in your shoes. There's different ones. I've tended to stay just with my Ultra Timps, trail shoes, whichever. They do have good grip and they do seem to work really well in the snow. So there's just some tips to help you when you're out running in this kind of stuff, because it's not always fun. It's not always, exciting, but it certainly makes for good video if you wipe out. All right, so let's go back home. Let's finish the warm-up. Let's go back home and we'll take a look, see how I did on Strava and see how the workout went. Okay, I want to show you where I finished off on each one of my 3 hill repeats. So the first one here, that's my first one. And then as you can see, there's my second one. So it's how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 steps from my first one to my second. Let's see. I think this one's maybe be 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. So I did progress quite nicely. Again, it wasn't a crazy grade of a hill to run on, but again, in the area that I'm in right at the moment, that's the best that I got. And it's not too far away from my house. So it works out quite well.
So there was 3 hill repeats. Very happy with the way things turned out today. I actually went further on each one. Not significantly. I increased, 1 meter, 2 meters further than where I started. I did 3 30-second hill repeats with a minute 30 rest in between. It's hard to really get an accurate number of what the heart rate was. I really wasn't paying attention to it. I was literally just putting in the hard work that needed to be done. Yeah, today's run was a little bit harder than usual. 7% threshold, 60% tempo. Route that I ran on is the elevation. It's not a whole lot. I mean, you're looking anywhere upwards to about a 6, maybe a 7% grade increase, and that was okay. It was enough to be able to get some of the hill repeats in. However, I'll probably have to go find a different place in time when I need to go longer, because it's only good for about 30 seconds and then I'm up. And if I'm going to be increasing to 45 seconds, I need to find another place where it's a little bit longer. So I'm really happy with the desired result. I started off with a 18-minute warm-up, and then my first 30 seconds was a 4:45 pace, 30 seconds up, and then I had a rest for a minute 30, and then another 30 seconds at a 4:15 pace, rest, and then another 4:01 pace on my last one, and then again another cool down. That was super flippin' awesome.